or candidates will have 2 minutes to respond to each question. There may be follow-ups. My option, candidates would have up to 30 seconds to respond to any follow-ups. Let's begin. The first question for both, I'll go to Mr. Lancy first. We are only a month removed from the stunning ending of the Ariel Castro saga, less than a year since the Williams and Russell shootings, the March murder of Eliza Sherman on a downtown street, unsolved, less than 4 years since the Soho case. We have yet to dig into the horrors the Madison case could reveal. You both talk consistently about healing this community. I'd like to hear what you think the mayor's office can do to stem this run of rampant headline crimes, especially crimes against women, and why your term as mayor would be the best option in getting the gunplay and the culture of violence off Cleveland streets. Mr. Lancy, I'd like some specifics too, gentlemen.
Okay. Obviously, what you state is accurate, and it's a problem over the last 8 years. I could tell you that during this period of time that I have been going through the city and speaking to the police, speaking to the reverends, speaking to the community, what we have all talked about is the fact that we have to go back to community policing. We have to be able to get the community to talk to the police. And to that end, I've had community meetings where I would bring people in the community together to be able to meet each other, to understand that this will never get solved unless we are working together. I've met with activists who march on the steps of City Hall regularly. And I've told them, you will never march on the steps of City Hall under my administration. You will have an office at City Hall. You will have an office where the reverends are. I want 6 reverends to be picked by the community. I want 6 patrol officers to be picked by the police department. That group of people, when we have an issue, will sit down, talk, and solve those problems. No problem, no negotiation that I've ever had, and I've negotiated multi-million-dollar deals, ever got solved with nobody at the table. We have to bring the community together. And to that end, I had an event Sunday. We had a great turnout at a great event. It was free. Letting people understand that you care, that you get out on the street, you walk the streets, you feel their issues, you live their issues, and you've been able to elevate yourself is the hope and promise that I want to be able to give the children of CMSD.
No follow-up. Mr. Jackson, same question. What can the mayor's office do to stop this?
Well, the mayor's office has been doing a lot under my administration. The incidents you mentioned are high profile, so of course they will be noticed. But it's what you do every day that counts. And we have worked with our partners on the federal and the state level. We've had hundreds of federal indictments on gun trafficking, drug trafficking. We're dealing with the issue of crime, but crime is just a symptom. It's not really the thing that will solve it. I will tell you that police in and of themselves cannot solve crime. They can move it around, they can suppress it, but they will not be able to solve crime. So we also have programs and things around prevention and intervention into those kinds of things that would cause young people to deal in a way that is not appropriate, not only in their neighborhoods, but citywide. I will also tell you that crime is down in Cleveland. And of course, you have high profile, but I can give you statistics on crimes that are down in Cleveland, but that's not important. Because if you're the victim of a crime, what difference does that make to you? So the point that I'm making is that I live in Cleveland, and I live in one of the areas of Cleveland that has the highest rate of crime. So it's important to me because my wife lives there with me. My children live there with me. My grandchildren live there with me. And when those young people are dead and they get shot, I go to their funeral. Not in a public way, neither do I have hot dogs and hamburgers at tragedies. But I go to those places and I deal with people. And because it is where I live and it's important to me. And who is important to me are the people of the city of Cleveland. So when I make decisions, it is not in a short-term political way. It's really in a comprehensive way to try to address the overall issue that we face, social and economic. That's why education is important. That's why community benefits is important.
Thank you. Next question to Mr.